Diane Lane will lead a starry cast in Chekhov's The Cherry Orchard this fall. Today we're at Roundabout's American Airlines Theatre to find out what drew the company to this Broadway revival. So you're on Broadway in The Cherry Orchard with Diane Lane. I mean, dream come true, right?
Pretty much, yeah. You kind of can't ask for anything better than that, you know. You're doing like a great classical play with an amazing director and this amazing writer who's adapted it, and then Diane Lane. Come on, like all of my friends keep calling me up going like, dude, are you serious? Diane Lane, come on, stop it. I'm like, yep.
You made your Broadway debut in 1977 as a child in The Cherry Orchard, and now you're back. I mean, it must be very emotional to come full circle almost.
It is. It's going to remain emotional until the last performance because I'm pinching myself.
For those who know nothing about the show, where's it set?
Well, the show is set in Russia. It's about a family who own an orchard. They're going bankrupt. A man comes along and says, to save you all, what you need to do is to sell your orchard. And they find the idea horrifying, and they battle with him for the entire play. And that's the story. Are they going to sell their orchard and embrace change, or are they going to refuse and go bankrupt and end badly?
It's just prior to the Russian Revolution, which of course nobody knows. Nobody knows that in the story. It's a wonderful bubble moment of maybe the beginnings of capitalism, almost.
We're in the world of the aristocracy, and that aristocracy can be anywhere because the themes are so universal. And we're at the changing of a guard. We're at a time when the elites are being supplanted by the proletariat.
The themes of this play, which I think are change and family and wealth and disenfranchisement, are all parts of our society right now. And the fact that this production has been cast in the way that it is, and that I think it really represents the people, which is who Chekhov was writing for in the first place, and represents the society that we live in, has already made me feel like, oh, I think I understand this a little bit better than I initially thought I did.
Some audiences might feel a bit scared about coming to Chekhov, but this has been adapted by Stephen Karam, right, who's just won the Tony for The Humans.
Yes, and I think Stephen's adaptation is really, it's just very human and based in the way interactions actually feel. It's so not esoteric or difficult to grasp.
How has the rehearsal process been so far?
Fascinating. We have a director who has an idea, and he is pulling us into his realm.
Yeah, this guy that they got from England to direct it, this Simon Godwin. This is just amazing. We're all kind of dumbfounded.
We're just playing every day and discovering and exploring and trying to figure out, and it's just fun. It's fun. I can't believe I get paid for this.
Why do you think this show, this adaptation, is right for Broadway in 2016?
Well, you know, one of the themes in The Cherry Orchard is about changing times and how society sees themselves. And we are living right now in a time here in America where we're sort of asking that question when we're thinking about who's going to be the president of the United States. Like, how do we see ourselves? What kind of country do we see ourselves as?
And so we find ourselves at a moment of great flux and change. And that is why The Cherry Orchard is relevant, because the people in this play find themselves in a moment of great change and flux.
And, you know, I've read different translations of the show, and some of them are better to read, and this one feels meant for actors and meant to be on its feet and alive. So I'm hoping that audiences will find that to be true as well.